With the second pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Chase Young, defensive end, Ohio State.
But you know, as they say, hail to the Redskins. Let's roll, man. Let's go.
Got another super chat. Greatly appreciate the super chat from my man GearCell1. Uh-oh, we about to get a gem dropped on our melon. GearCell1, thank you for the super chat. GearCell writes, I believe Sweat will surprise Redskins Nation this season. Please tell Darryl Green to stop wearing a turtleneck with swim trunks. Turtleneck. The old turtleneck with swimming trunks, man. That's definitely a no-no. Or as Jay Gruden would say, a fashion foobar. Don't do that. But I definitely think that this is a season in which Montez Sweat could definitely do some work. And I'm looking forward to seeing Sweat year 2 because, as I mentioned, the end of year 1 was so impressive and you started to see a guy that got it. So now I'm anxious to see if he's able to put it all together and really start to take that huge monumental step forward that you like to see from your guy in year 2. You know, the really good ones, if they started to get it in year 1, they take that gigantic step forward in year 2. I'm hoping we see that from Montez Sweat, and I'm really anxious. I'm chomping at the bit. First of all, let me say this, and I've said this on my podcast a million times, but let me reiterate this here. I so hope we get football on time this year. There are so many obstacles that easily could prevent us from getting football. I don't even want to think about it. I really don't. But, you know, you see Dr. Anthony Fauci come out and say, look, man, if the NFL is going to play, they need a bubble just like the NBA. Like, you can't be having players all over the place, coming in contact with all kinds of people. It's bad enough they're going to have to come in contact with themselves, amongst themselves, you know, on a weekly basis, but they can't be having contact with outside people and then coming into these facilities. It's just too many guys. It's too easy for an outbreak to happen. It's just so many obstacles that the NFL is going to have to clear for us to even get a season off the ground, and then once it starts, to keep it going. You know, I won't be shocked if they start a season, but can they actually get through an entire season? I don't know, man. I just know I want to see football. I am jonesing. I'm finked up. I told you I can live without baseball. I can live without basketball. You know, I'm a boxing fan. I can live without boxing. And boxing is already back. You know, what I can't live without is football. And, you know, I'm sitting here getting excited talking about Montez Sweat and what he could possibly do in 2020 and Matt Ioannidis. And I'm talking about Chase Young potentially breaking the all-time sack record for a rookie in his first season in the league. And I'm getting excited about all of these things. And I just want to see the fellas on the field donning the burgundy and gold. And that could realistically not happen in 2020. I mean, do you understand that we may not get football? Like, let's just knock on some wood here. I'm knocking on it extremely loud and long. Because I gotta have it, man. Football is my drug of choice. All right? I gotta have it. So, I just needed to say that. So, thank you for the super chat, GearCell. Got another one from King of the North. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, King of the North. As you always do. Greatly appreciate you. King of the North writes, do you think the lack of crowds this year will help the Skins? Would you prefer to hear the players on the field or have crowd noise piped in? There is no possible way. And I've heard several players suggest that, hey, why don't you just mic us up? No. NFL can't afford to do that. Because honestly, we get them mic'd up on the field. You know, when they run past one of the NFL sound barrier things that picks up the noise, and you hear a curse word. You know, these guys, look, if you've ever played any sport, doesn't even, I mean, outside of baseball, and I was a baseball guy growing up, you know, everybody's respectful on the diamond for the most part. You know, you're not getting a bunch of FUs, MFers, you ain't shit, none of that stuff. But on a basketball court, a lot of trash talking going on, a lot of MFers, a lot of, shit this, bitch that. You get the same thing on a football field. There's no way you could mic these guys up. You know, you want me to tell you how a single play goes? All right. Simple 7-yard completion. All right. And a guy gets hit at the end of that play. And it's a nice hit. And this is just one play. And this is how the back and forth goes. The guy that makes the hit gets up and says, that shit ain't working today. Yeah. And so the receiver pops up. That won't shit. That won't shit. Bring it. That won't shit. That's 18 beep, 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 beep. Like, you're not hearing anything but beeps. You know? Who wants to hear that? Now, the piped in crowd noise is going to be a little cheesy, but guess what? It's a very small price to pay to actually see professional tackle football being played in front of my eyes. I'll take piped in crowd noise. Hell, I'll take silence. I'll take nothing but the commentators telling me what's going on as I'm watching it. You know, it'll be just like muting the TV, which I don't do. But if I have to, I can mute the TV and just watch. All right, at the end of the day, I just want to see football. No, it's not going to be the same. And I don't honestly think the lack of crowds really benefits the Redskins. I think they feed off of the crowd, whether you're home, away. You know, yeah, you'd like to have a crowd that's pro for your team. But at the end of the day, these professional athletes feed off of the energy of the crowd, whether it be negative or positive. You want to go against us? All right, the team bands together. It's us against the world. They don't like us. They don't want to see us win. Let's go out and show them. So you feed off of that energy, you know? And, you know, sometimes the silence of a crowd is worth everything, you know? To shut a crowd up and to see them getting out of their seats and leaving as you're dominating at the end of a game and you getting to stand up on the bench and tell them, get the hell out of here. Leave, bye. See you later, drive safe, as they're getting up and leaving because you're winning the game and they know it's over. They feed off of that. That's fun. That's missing if the crowd isn't there. So I would love it if the crowd were in attendance, but obviously that's not feasible. And so would I prefer the piped in crowd noise or the players? Obviously I would prefer the players, but you're not going to hear anything if you mic up a player or two. All you're going to hear is a bunch of cussing. Trust me, I've played on, and I haven't even played at a high level, but I know what goes on a football field. It's a lot of shit talking, and it's a lot of back and forth, you know? The referees even talk shit on the field, if you can believe it. You know, the referees are talking some cold, hard cash out there. They got to be tough, too. These are some big behemoths. They got to separate, and they got to do it with a stern voice. They can't come up, okay, guys, separate. Come on, guys, that's enough. No, they got to come in. Hey, y'all cut that shit out. Hey, that's enough. All right? You can't mic these guys up. You know, when they do mic'd up, it's cool because the NFL is able to then edit it. You know, even when they mic a player up on ESPN on Monday Night Football, which they do, and they play it, they get to edit the audio first. They get to figure out what they can and can't play. Same thing when you hear the mic'd up segments on NFL Network when they do those shows where they just play these players mic'd up. Or you watch one of those shows like the Rewind show that they have on that one network. And you get to, you see, you know, the players and you get the in-depth look at the game from, you know, the sideline cameras and NFL films. And then you get some of the audio of the players. Yeah, they get to edit all of that stuff. If you put these players on the field with mics, you don't get to edit anything. All you have is a dump button. And every time you hear a curse word, which is going to be every millisecond, you're hitting the dump button, dump button, dump button. That's not going to work. I'd rather them just pipe the noise in, to be honest with you. So I obviously prefer to have crowds there, and I think the Redskins would benefit from a crowd being there, whether that crowd is pro-Redskins or not. But at the end of the day, no crowds are going to be involved, and so they're going to have to figure it out, and I think they're going to end up piping in some crowd noise to go along with the commentators calling the game.
Louie T Network.